Yeah, welcome to MTV Cribs.
Yeah.
Welcome to Mystery Kink. Oh my God.
Is Ashton gonna jump out again?
Oh my God.
Well, let's jump into some video game news. Like I said, generally this channel we don't do too much, but unless something unusual, special, something that you're not really hearing about in the out there, or something that is insanely that we have to talk about, that's when we will throw a couple of these videos up. Now, as far as the adult industry, and also the hentai industry is in Japan as well. They do adult video games. Yes, there's some nudity and there is some sex in it. Which basically it's a game. It's a game. This is not based on reality. It's based on fantasy. Which this is what they have to get into their heads for those who criticize these games and anime and hentai, that they're fantasy. They're not real, to the point, But what we've gotten lately, if you're familiar with the adult star Blake Blossom, Jewel Denial, Kiki D'Aire, and if you're familiar with the Vanilla Gaming Company, they're right now putting in a Kickstarter campaign for a, say, Scooby-Doo type mystery, or they're calling it Mystery Kink type of video game. And it is the campaign has been launched. But let's hear from Blake Blossom what she has to say about this.
Hey guys, we are running a really exciting Kickstarter for our new Mystery Kink video game. You can get specific rewards with me, Blake Blossom, by pledging in the Mystery Kink Kickstarter. We have a couple fun, limited rewards for you. We have autographed 8x10 art prints, as well as your very own limited edition hand-signed trading cards with yours truly on Big Bounce Beach in my little outfit. We also have mugs, t-shirts, and digital items. And when you're in the game, we have some DLC content that you're also able to purchase. I think my favorite part about this whole thing is that you can actually be a character yourself in the game. Yes, you too can be drawn right next to me in Mystery Kink. You can even choose which level you want to be in if you pledge early enough. There's tons of other cool rewards too. You can head over to the Kickstarter link now and click the little green button to be informed when it goes live. This is really important to me. We're not going live until we have a certain number on the waiting list, so make sure to add yourself on the waiting list today. It's also important to keep in mind that some of these autographs and rewards are super limited in number, so it will be first come, first served. So be sure to click the notification button so you're notified as soon as we go live. Also, this awesome promotion isn't just for the developers. If you use my special Blake Blossom link, I actually get a portion of your pledge. Vanilla Gaming was so kind enough to include me in the proceeds, so please remember to use my link when you go to the Kickstarter and submit your pledge. But you must be on my link when you complete your pledge, or it won't work. Now, go over to that Kickstarter and click the little green button, notify, and help support us.
Yes, that's right. We got a game. It's a campy type game. Especially now that we're in October, that you're going to be seeing a lot of horror-driven stuff that's out there. There's a lot of good films that are being released this month on streaming and theatrical, and there's some projects that are coming in the future, next 2025. But as AVN had reported, the game will combine elements of adult entertainment, comedy, classic horror movies, and campy storylines with characters based on Blossom, D'Aire, Denial, and Huntsman, falling into a scavenger hunt genre of video games. VanillaBeast Mystery Kink will offer a full keyboard and control support. Users will be able to access a main map area and rummage in search for items to clues to unlock new areas in the map. Now, as Blake said, that there will be T-shirts and coffee mugs and stuff like that that will be offered with your donation to this Kickstarter project. And the thing about it is, this is what we need now in the gaming industry. Even though this is an adult game, on as far as this goes, but still is a video game. People complain about the adult video games for quite some time, but they've complained about every video game. I mean, we discussed before how there are those out there lying to the Japanese and saying that there are laws that you need to cover up certain amount of skin, which that really doesn't exist. There is something in the ESRB ratings, and basically the 10 plus and 13 allows some skin. In other words, if they're wearing a bathing suit, which if you saw the dragon game from Toriyama, there's no nudity as far as that. It's not. You're covering more up of the body that it looks ridiculous. You don't need to do that. This is coming. This comes from people that are they're not game players. They don't really play the games, but they've jumped into the situation because they want to censor it. Like groups like Morality and Media. It's none of their fucking business. It's none of their business what type of game I'm playing. We've had adult games, God, all the way back to Atari. They complained about the Atari game, the one, the Custer's Revenge, I think it was called. But the thing about it is, kids weren't buying that. You had to go to an adult store to buy that one. And there was a couple of others. But you didn't hear kids
saying, "Oh yeah, I bought that adult game with all the sex in it and everything."
No. Kids were playing with, Super Mario Brothers. A lot of Nintendo games, a lot of Sega games, Sonic, Sonic the Hedgehog, Spyro, all these games. And there was some games that, okay, a little adultish, Resident Evil, Parasite Eve. Yeah, I'm calling out the old school stuff. And then, of course, we had the first game shooters, Doom, the Call of Duty series, and many others. And then, in the 90s, we had the Senate subcommittee hearing, entering their 2 cents in because they didn't like Mortal Kombat. They didn't like, Night Trap, which was basically, the way they were making it sound like that it was just basically women getting, abused badly. But technically it was a horror. It was a vampire-type horror game that you were trying to survive. It was a first-person type game where you had to decide what direction the game was going. But see, the thing about it is that, they put it out there, and that made everyone curious to look at it. They were doing well before that, but now you got everybody looking at it. It wasn't a major issue. And then they said, well, these games had guns. Come on, Duck Hunt had a gun. Nobody had a problem with Duck Hunt. And the dozen of other games that use those pistols, whether it was Atari or whether it was Nintendo, nobody had problems with those. When they started getting into like police games and stuff like that, it was a little bit more advanced to the situation. Then they started to have a problem. Because you had those out there making up stats, making up things that just, didn't exist. And it's the same thing with the adult games. You don't hear kids running out and they want that adult game straight from Vanilla Gaming Company. They don't want to be, those companies don't want to be known for that. They don't. for them mentioning it, that basically, adds to them that more and more people will want to buy the games, but not kids. They're not buying that stuff. And, there's plenty of adult games out there from Japan and stuff like that. But, people are buying those games, because they're able to buy it. If the parents are not paying attention to what their kids are buying, well, they got to start paying attention to them. And that's a separate issue. It has nothing for government intervention. It's just that you got radicals out there, you got activists that just want to kill the entertainment industry. So if you do want to donate to this Kickstarter program, I'll leave the link below. Or if you want to learn more of that, and like I said, it's Blake Blossom, Kiki D'Aire, and Jewel Denial will be voicing the characters in this game. And like I said, it almost looks like a little bit of Friday the 13th, Scooby-Doo type of gaming. And it's, as far as the adult portion of it, it's an adult game. So what? So let me know in the comments below your thoughts about this. Tell me, hey, listen, it's another game. Would you be interested if you're of the above 18 issue on that? Or maybe you want to skip it, but if you want to say what your favorite adult game, you can do that as well. Just keep the language to a minimum as far as that. Don't forget to like and share this video, and hopefully today's the day I've earned your subscription. So until next time, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye now.